Hi, Mike. I don't think so. Thank you. That's okay. That's my fine. What's that? Yeah. It's we got the softball team, which is typically a big team. Hopefully, sounds like they might be amassing out in the hallway. See? It's supposed to break through. supposed to be the benefit of living in the Northeast. I like the season to be the season. I can't. I feel like you couldn't get into the festivities. Yeah, yeah. Julie usually has well. Yeah, it seems odd. Hey, just making sure the volume is. Yeah, that's all right. Thanks. So I don't know why my right ear is swimming because my hearing is off. And it's weird because I can't really gauge the levels. I don't know why I get every time. I'm not sure. A number of dedicated. I should have been like you and brought more because we probably get through it. We'll get through it. Yeah. Maybe I do need more. It's good, but it's hard to drink that much yeah, yeah. Oh, why they got you walking? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Where do you go? Oh, yeah, yeah, back in the corner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are they busy? I really don't. This thing has seen better days. Oh, really? You guys already on that side? You guys already on that side? Ready? Good evening and welcome to the June 19th meeting of the Glenville Town Board. Please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. Tonight we have an honor to be in the presence of the Burn Hills Boston Lake girls softball team, state champions. In case you can't read the shirts, we'll be honoring them in just a little while. But every time we honor one of our student athlete teams for their achievement, we read the athlete's prayer for invocation. So please join me in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for giving me a body which is fit and strong, and for making me able to use it well. In my training, help me never to shrink from the discipline which I know that I need and that I ought to accept. When I compete with others, help me, win or lose, to play fair. When I win, keep me from boasting, and when I lose, keep me from making excuses. Keep me from being conceited when I succeed and from being sulky when I fail. And help me always with goodwill congratulate a better person who beat me. Help me so to live that I will always have a healthy body and a healthy mind. We ask this in your name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please lead the roll.
Councilman Ramsar,
Here.
Councilman Blue,
Here.
Councilman Aragosa,
Here.
Councilman Kirkland,
Here.
Supervisor Kesley,
Here, as you can see, we have a full room, and we will be getting to the presentation to the Burnt Hills Boston Lake girls softball team shortly. Do have two changes to the agenda. One, item 8, the presentation to the Burnt Hills Boston Lake girls meter relay team is being moved to our next meeting because they had some scheduling issues to be here tonight. So we'll be honoring them next board meeting. And we'll be removing add-on number 2, resolution consolidating 3 separate capital projects for Indian Meadows Park developments and road improvements into one single project fund. That is already on the agenda, so we do not need that twice. So with that, I'll start with town council reports. I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa. I have something. Great. Councilman Kirkland.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, I would just like to say it's been very active in our community. I had the opportunity to participate in the Scotia Parade. It was exceptional, well attended. Also, the Burnt Hills Flag Day Parade, which was wonderful as well. Many participants. There's tons of stuff going on in our community and more to come. Tonight is the first night at Freedom Park. Many outdoor events that'll happen there, musical events. So I'd encourage people in our community to get out and enjoy the festivities there. Also, we have coming up, which has been announced, we have a committee that has worked on Thursdays in the park, and that will happen in Indian Meadows Park. I'd like to thank them for their efforts, and the schedule has been released. So go on the town website and see all of the music performers that'll be in attendance on Thursdays in the park. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Bob. Councilman Ramachan.
No reports.
Councilman Blue.
No report.
No reports. Okay, we're going to move right to privilege of the floor. I'll open privilege of the floor. I see that no one is signed up for it, but privilege of the floor is now open. So anyone who wishes to speak to the board on any matter before the town, privilege of the floor is now open. Going once, going twice, Seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. So now we move to supervisors' comments to the board. I'm going to keep it brief because I know we have a nice presentation coming up. I just will fill the board in on a few things. As Councilman Kirkham said, it's been very, very busy in the town, a lot going on. Bob and I have been working in conjunction on a variety of projects. There are 2 solar projects that are coming before the town, 2 fairly sizable solar projects coming before the town. They're in different stages of application. But we have met with the developers, we met with our planning department. Our staff is working on those right now, and I just want to put it on everyone's radar that potentially we may be seeing 2 solar projects come through after we lifted our moratorium about 2 or 3 months ago. So that's starting to move forward. I don't have to report this because you all have seen it, and many of you have commented on how happy you are, but Taco Bell broke ground on Freeman's Bridge Road, so we're underway there finally after a little bit of a delay. That is going forward and should be open by sometime mid-fall, so we're kind of excited for that if you like tacos or Taco Bell. On the same vein with that, we've also been in discussion with some developers on Freeman's Bridge Road. We've talked about this a lot over the past year or so, but there's a ton of interest in Freeman's Bridge Road, and there's more development to come there. So we've been working very hard on that. Also in development, Horseman Drive subdivision is moving forward from the planning board. We are working with Jeff Siegel, our attorney, and their attorney on all that we need to do to get that subdivision completed and move forward. But we should be seeing that at the next meeting, hopefully. One of the things that we've been spending a lot of time on, Bob and I and our staff, is the CFA application process has started. That's the consolidated funding application to the state of New York. So if any town or municipality, village, city, whatever, wants grant funding for any number of projects, it really has to go through the CFA, which starts open now in June for a July 31st submission. So we're working on our projects. Yates Mansion is a project that we're moving forward with in our CFA process. We have a couple of parks projects as well. So that has been something that we've been engaging our consultant on as well. Legacy Park is getting close, but not as close as I'd like at this juncture. We had some delay on materials getting to Legacy Park for the pavilion piece of the performance area. My understanding is we're on track still for late this month, end of this month. So hopefully I talked to the consultant on this, and they think that maybe by mid or late July, we'll have that all completed, which is just a few months behind. And tonight, I'm excited, after a very long winter of discussing moving this forward, we'll be moving on, accepting our pickleball bid for Indian Meadows Park. We're very excited about that. Thank Vicki and Bob and all those involved in working on making sure we got that going forward as well. We had to bifurcate the paving portion of that, and we're looking at other options because that came in way over budget. So Bob and Tom and I have been talking with Josh about some other ideas about what we can do there as far as maybe bringing down the cost and getting Indian Meadows roads paved and parking lots put in for our sports teams. And lastly, Josh and Bob and I have been working very hard on getting our budget materials ready. So we're starting a full month ahead of time to try to get me out of here as quickly as possible, it seems. But we are working to try to get that budget launched and ready, and I'm working with Josh and Bob on that process. The next step is we'll be getting to our department heads a full month early their worksheets. They'll be working on their worksheets, get us back that early, so we're able to move on that much sooner than normal. And that's really all. That was a short version of the supervisor's report. I did that all for you ladies, so I hope you appreciate it. So with that, I'll end the supervisor's comments, and we move to the presentation of the Burnt Hills Boston Lake Girls softball. So, in just a moment, I gotta get the camera in the right place. First, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight, last minute. I know we learned about this not too long ago, and I know it's a nice night, a little hot, but thank you all for being out here. I wanted, and the board wanted to take a moment to congratulate all of you on your achievement. We have a proclamation here for you. I'll read that in just a moment. And then what we will do is ask your coach to come up. She'll say a few words as well. We'll call you up and hand your proclamation to you. And then if you just stand there, we're going to take a group picture. Now, you're big groups, so we're going to try to figure out how to do that, but we'll make it work. But we do want to make sure that the town of Glenville recognizes this achievement with this proclamation that reads, whereas the Burnt Hills Boston Lake 2024 girls varsity softball team has secured its first state championship with an 8-4 victory over Clarence in the New York State Public High School Athletics Association softball state tournament. And whereas the Burnt Hills Boston Lake 2024 girls varsity softball team made school history by winning its first ever regional title in softball, along with the second ever sectional title in program history. They also took home the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Softball Championship Sportsmanship Award. And whereas an impressive overall record of 21-2, this team also excelled in the classroom, maintaining a 97.71 overall GPA. And now, therefore, by the power vested in me in the Office of Supervisor of the Town of Glenville, I, Christopher A. Ketzley, do here proclaim June 21st, 2024 as Burnt Hills Boston Lake Girls Varsity Softball Day throughout the town of Glenville. And on behalf of the Town of Glenville Town Board, extended congratulations and best wishes to the coaches, players, and the parents on an outstanding softball season. So June 21st is your day in the town of Glenville. Now, sadly, the high school is not in the town of Glenville, so you can't get away with things there. But the chief or his people stop you for speeding or anything, you tell them today is your day, all right? Tell them to lay off. So with that, I would like to invite Coach Caitlin Renna up to say a few words.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for having us. It's been so incredible to be welcomed back with such open arms from the community. Just really quickly about this group in front of me, they're getting tired of me hearing this, I'm sure. They're just such a deserving group of girls. From the very beginning, my coaches and I, we looked at each other and we were like, yep, this is the year. This is the year they're going to make some noise. And they did. And it's just a testament to the work that they put in behind the scenes. You know, this isn't a group that takes anything for granted, and they work for every bit of recognition that they have gotten up until this point. And they're just super deserving. Like Mr. Ketzley said, they are not only outstanding athletes, but students as well. They have our highest GPA out of all of the athletic teams at Burnt Hills, with a 97.71. So I feel like that in and of itself much higher GPA than I had when I went to Burnt Hills. But that's just a testament to how hard they work on and off the field. So I would just like to, again, I'm sure they will not get tired of hearing this, but just how proud I am and my coaches are of all their hard work that they've put in throughout the season. This is just, it's just the most special group that I've ever had the privilege of coaching. And it goes beyond their athleticism. So they're awesome athletes, but they're even better people. So with that being said, would you guys need to call them up? Okay, awesome. And we also have 5 seniors. One of our seniors is not here tonight, Gabby Smith, but the other 4, my captains, I'll call them up first because they're going to be heading off in the fall, and all 4 are continuing on to play softball in the fall as well. So first up, Carly Ewing. She'll be going to RIT in the fall. Oh, they are? I'll give her hers first. Then. That's okay. There's Carly's. Our next senior captain, Chiana Benamati. She will be going to Lemoyne in the fall. Next is Katie Rhodes. Katie will be going on to New Haven, University of New Haven. And then our last senior captain is Lily Haleska. Lily will be heading to Colgate in the fall to play softball as well. And then our fifth senior that's not here is Gabby Smith. Now we're just going to go in order, so it's going to be random. Sophomore Addison Napick. Junior Lily Morse. Sophomore Bailey Dinan. Freshman Grace Adone. Junior Anna Darling. Sophomore Jada Legere. Junior Chelsea Mazat. Freshman Ava Yehudi. Junior Emily Martin. And sophomore Sophia Corchado. And last but certainly not least, I could not do nearly half of what I do without my assistants, Ashley Tallman. And Jacqueline Weber. And our third assistant coach that could not be here is Regan Neary.
Come on down. He said, come on down.
We wish you all the best, particularly the seniors, with all you have to look forward to onto your next stages. And we wish the ones remaining equal success next year, and freshmen, for the next 3 years. Now, you're in for an exciting night if you want to stay and learn how local government works. It's really very exciting stuff. But if you want, I can give you a 3-minute reprieve to get out, and this might be a good time to leave. It's up to you. You're welcome to stay. Thank you. Have a good night and a good summer.
Didn't even have to ask twice. Hang on, let me think about this for a second. Chief, you don't play softball.
Caitlin was first daughter. Was on my son's team when we won the.
Good thing you're leaving. Good thing you're
Our
leaving.
names are on the board in the medals.
All right. Okay, so back to the agenda. And we are on number 9, resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute and deliver a contract with an electricity supplier. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this just allows us to enter into a contract to negotiate the best possible electric rates. We've used this company before in the past, and they do a very good job of getting us good rates for kilowatts. So, yes, sir.
And I should add that we've worked with Josh and Bob on this one. Normally, Jason and I would take a look at our energy use and hedge our, bets. When you start to think about what the best options are for the town going forward, you're kind of like taking the best educated guess, like playing the stock market, playing the energy market. So we take a certain percentage of our portfolio and lock it up into long-term pricing. We let some of it float so that if there is a downturn, we have some protection. And so the board just can have confidence to know that we are really blending and trying to present the best hedge against energy price increases, but also provide the best relief possible.
We're working with Capital Energy Partners, and we've been working with them for,
15 years.
yeah, that should be okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 10, authorizing the town supervisor to enter into a contract with Del Signo Blacktop Paving for the pickleball courts in Indian Meadows. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
And as stated, Mr. Supervisor, this just allows for $294,872 to be awarded to Del Signor for providing us with multiple pickleball courts in Indian Meadows.
It's been a long time coming. We've been working on trying to get more pickleball courts for many of our residents. It used to be just seniors, but now I see a lot of people playing pickleball.
It's a new craze.
It's a new craze.
Yeah, so thank you, Vicky, for your work on this
Got
as
to get
well.
out there and try it.
And Tom.
This is, in the budget.
Yes.
Thank
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, authorizing the consolidation of capital project funds in the Indian Meadows Park improvements. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
This will just allow us to consolidate some capital improvement funding that we have available for Indian Meadows Park. The total consolidation will be consolidating a total of $727,288 into one fund for capital projects in Indian Meadows Park.
Excellent. Any other,
My other question is the previous, resolution being paid for with this funding?
yes,
Thank you.
Josh? Yes, yes.
Thank you.
They're all, so the pickleball courts, just to clarify, was in a one capital project. The road improvements were in another, and we had another for entrance. There's three separate capital buckets, accounts, and this just brings them into one.
And if I could just add,
The pickleball is coming out of that.
Yes.
and if I can just add to that just briefly, that's why the supervisor brought up earlier that we are collectively working with Tom on a resolution to pave Indian Meadows at a more affordable rate. The bids came in way too high. So this will allow us to do that in a constructive way and efficient way. All right.
By the way, off topic a little bit, but just to put on everyone's radar, all bids all over the place are coming in way high.
Yeah.
Just as an FYI, I mean, way higher. So on capital projects going forward, just be aware of that.
No.
No. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 12, appointing Margot, I think it's Heskey,
Hashke.
to the position of deputy receiver of taxes. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
I have a second.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Just as stated, this is appointing her to the position of deputy receiver of taxes. Much needed help in there. Water collection is going full steam. So it's much needed in there. It will be a part-time position with an hourly rate of $28 per hour.
Margot? Are you Margot?
she's
No,
No,
she's
Margot's
tonight.
not
Okay.
here.
I was gonna take a guess and say, that must be Margot.
Nope.
All right, any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution authorizing consulting services for the town court, and that would be consultant Kristen Bodie. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Kristen Bodie has worked in our court and now is assisting to offer extra assistance in the court vacancy that exists right now and keeping our court system on track. This will have an expiration of July 31st with not to exceed 7.5 hours per week and at a rate of $30 per hour.
Excellent.
This is that recommendation of Justice Lockwood.
Correct.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution 14, authorizing consulting services as the same as previous for the court clerk for Gretchen Braun. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
And as stated, and as recommended by Judge Delafleur, Gretchen Braun, who has served in our court before, will be assisting in this transition period with an expiration date of July 31st as well, not to exceed the 7.5 hours per week at a contracted rate of $30 per hour.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution 15, appointing Jamie Green to the position of clerk to the town justice. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
And as stated, I did sit in the interview process with Justice Lockwood, and Jamie is a extremely wonderful candidate, comes with court experience, and we'll be glad to have her come on. Her effective date is July 1st, and her salary will be $55,000.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution 16, authorizing the hire of Heath Hall as mechanic for highway department. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
I just do know that this is much needed, and we're glad that Heath is going to come on as our new heavy equipment mechanic in the highway department. Tom, I haven't had the opportunity to meet Heath. Is he here this evening, or is?
Is
No.
Heath here? No.
No, he's not. Okay. Anyway, we look forward to him starting at the highway. The rate of pay is per the CSEA contract with benefits outlined in the contract at $31.27 per hour.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Before we go further, we should ask, is there anyone in the room that's being newly hired in the town of Glenville? Raise your hand. There's so many new hires. going
I mean, we have a couple open positions. Is there anybody who wants to get hired? All right. We'll get you an application.
Resolution number 17, renewing the cell tower lease on Lowell Lane. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
As stated, the terms are outlined in this agreement. This is a renewal of the contract with a signing bonus. I would just like to thank Josh Kirby, our controller, for his efforts in negotiating this contract. It truly is a benefit to the town. We have received many increases here. So thank you for that, Josh.
I want to piggyback on that, Councilman. I've been part of many negotiations for these leases, and I have to say with Josh, it was it's easy and pleasant and painless, stress free as I've ever seen. So I want to thank you. You have a great disposition and work well with people, and it just was so much. It took us a little longer, but it was just so much easier and less stressful. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Other questions or comments?
I just want to add that this resolution and the execution of the lease is subject to a permissive referendum, and the town clerk, Julie, will be publishing a notice in the paper of the opportunity to petition for a permissive referendum.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay. Do we vote on that? All right, moving on to resolution 18.
No.
I did not vote on it.
Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second, we have discussion. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkham?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 18, promoting Robert Dalton to the position of MEO Light and Joseph Mitchell to the position of MEO Heavy. We know they're in the room, so congratulations. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, I would just like to say that these are career advancement moves for these individuals. Thank you for their dedication to the highway department and serving our community very well. I can tell you firsthand, they receive phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning to go out and plow your roads and to fix your water lines. And so your commitment and dedication is appreciated. We're happy to give you these promotions and hope that you stay on for a long career with us. So Bobby, thank you. Joe, thank you. Also, we have a couple other highway guys in the room tonight, Dan Van Heusen and Pat Buno. So thank you guys. And thank you to Superintendent Capola as well.
I want to congratulate both of you on your promotions, but Joe, I want to say, of the last 3 or 4 CSA presidents I worked with, you're the best. 2 of them are sitting right here, just so you know.
No comment, no further comment.
Congratulations, people.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkham?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 19, approving the minutes of the regular town board meeting held on May 15th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
And just as stated, approving the minutes from May 15th, 2024, from the regular town board meeting.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkham?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 20, approving the monthly reports for May 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
And as stated, approving the minutes for the monthly reports, May 2024.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkham?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 1, accepting the 2024 water and sewer user fee rule. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
And as stated in this resolution, this just allows us through Water District number 11 to collect and receive water billing.
Excellent. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkham?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution resolution passes. Add-on 2 is off the agenda. Add-on resolution 3, ratifying an agreement for the expenditure of highway monies pursuant to section 284 of the highway law. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
As stated in this agreement, the total amount is $1,038,280. This is for total general repairs within our highway. There are details in here for other paving aspects of this at $495,486.67. I had to get that 67 cents in there. And it outlines the roads that will be fiber matted
And then it also outlines the roads that will be paved in addition to that, not to exceed $286,720. And I would just like to add to that again, I appreciate all of the work and dedication from all of our highway workers. And thank you to Superintendent Capola as well. Thank you.
Yes, I agree. This is pursuant to state law, so I will hand this down to Councilman Blue to sign and then move back this way. And we'll have it signed by the end of the meeting, hopefully. That's whatever we have.
This simply approves the expenditure, doesn't, you don't have a contract or a bid out yet.
No, so then we would bid.
Okay.
Or if the process is on state contract,
Right.
by off-state contract. This only, it's required for the town board and the highway superintendent to agree on the roads first.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Who generates the list, Supervisor?
I'm sorry.
Who generates the list of roads? The highway
Mostly
superintendent?
it's the highway superintendent, but it's in consultation with the supervisor and, so it's a discussion. But mostly it's a recommendation of the highway superintendent. Typically it'd come off the 5-year paving plan, which is still in place, right? I mean, we have it, I mean, it's not as strict as it used to be, but we have an overall view of how we're moving down through the town.
Are these all the roads that were suggested, or? It's a long list. It's a long
By
list.
the highway superintendent?
Correct, yeah.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. Not every road that he suggested could make the list,
Okay.
unless you have an unlimited fund that I don't have. Yeah. I mean, when you look at the town of Glenville, and any town, there's a whole bunch of roads on there that should be there.
No, I'm just trying to understand the process. That's all. Thank you.
But not every road will, that's why it's a give and take with a discussion between the highway superintendent, the supervisor, the comptroller, you know.
Okay. Understandable.
CHIPS, it's a good point to just stop and remind people, CHIPS has not been increased in 20 years. And what has the price of paving done in 20 years? So it's really effectively a cut in state aid to municipalities over the years. So we're doing a lot less with a lot less because we always use CHIPS money for paving. We did allocate for the past 5 years, starting 6 or 7 years ago, another $150,000 out of fund balance to try to catch up, but we don't have that fund balance.
And that's why I would like to also just again reiterate the fact that, through other alternatives, rather than maybe conventional paving, there are different methods out there as well for resurfacing roads, which the highway superintendent continues to explore, and he's done a fabulous job at doing that. And then, kind of T&L and roads as well, truing and leveling roads with our highway personnel. So they've done a fabulous job working within the means that, funding that's allowed for us. So, again, great job to all you guys. Appreciate it.
This project also includes repairing solvent pipes and catch basins. and that.
So that's the million.
Right.
We only use CHIPS, which 400 or something on paving. But all the rest of the stuff that gets done in the highway budget is the $1,038,000, not inclusive of the 400.
Right. Understood.
We need 2 copies of this. But we need you to sign that copy.
Oh.
Any other questions on the 284? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Last item on the agenda is new business. I'll start on my left. Councilman Aragosa.
Just a quick note, fresh day would have been tonight. Things happened, so the regional food bank was closed, so we're pushing it to next Wednesday night. And I believe it'll be right out here on the lawn at the bank here in Glenville. So,
Thank you.
anybody in need of some helpful food, we'll be out there on the 26th doing that.
Thank you. Councilman Kirkland.
Nothing.
Nothing new.
Councilman Galuli.
Nothing to,
Okay, and I have nothing, so with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
A second,
second.
moved in second, and all in favor,
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed, we're adjourned. Thank you. Yes. Yes, make sure. Okay.
Bobby, Joe, really helpful.